There's a moment every gamer knows. You're staring at the main menu, a save file in front of you, hundreds of hours in it, and you think, should I just start over? It's a strange feeling, part excitement, part grief. You'd lose everything you built, but something in you is quietly drawn to that empty slot, to the words, new game. That feeling. It isn't just about games. Think about why we start new games in the first place. Sometimes a game simply ends. Sometimes we get stuck and can't move forward. Sometimes we've changed, and the save file we made 2 years ago no longer feels like us. And sometimes, honestly, we just want the feeling of a blank map again. The fog of unexplored territory. The quiet thrill of not knowing what comes next. Life works the same way. There are moments, sometimes quiet, sometimes sudden, when we sense that a chapter is closing. A career that no longer fits. A routine that has become a cage. A version of ourselves we've simply outgrown. And somewhere deeper than we'd like to admit, we hear it. The pull of new game. But here's what makes it hard. In a game, starting over costs you your progress, your crafted gear, your upgraded skills, your carefully built base. In life, starting over costs you something even harder to leave behind. Your identity. The job title you've held for 20 years. The role you play in your family. The story you tell about who you are. We grip these things. Not because they make us happy, but because they make us recognizable to others and to ourselves. Letting go of an old save file is easy when the game tells you you've finished. It's much harder when you have to make that call yourself. But some of the most important chapters in a life begin exactly there. In that uncomfortable space between what was and what could be. There's a myth about new beginnings. We imagine them as erasures, clean slates, as if starting over means pretending the past didn't happen. But no experienced gamer starts a new run the same way they started their first one. You know the mechanics now. You know which early decisions matter. You know what to prioritize and what to let go. You carry your knowledge forward, even when you leave everything else behind. That's what a second chapter really is. Not an erasure, an upgrade. The Japanese have a concept for this. Kintsugi, the art of repairing broken pottery with gold. The cracks aren't hidden, they're highlighted, because they are part of the object's history. Part of what makes it beautiful. You are not starting from zero. You are starting from experience. We tend to imagine courage as something loud. The warrior charging into battle. The hero making the grand speech. The dramatic turning point. But anyone who has played a slow, patient game knows a different kind of courage. The courage to tend your fields when the harvest is still months away. The courage to build a shelter when the storm hasn't come yet. The courage to explore a new region, not because you're ready, but because staying where you are has stopped feeling like living. That quiet courage is underrated in real life too. Starting a new career at 50, learning an instrument at 60, saying this isn't working after decades of trying. These aren't failures. They are some of the bravest things a person can do, and they almost never look heroic from the outside. They look like ordinary mornings, ordinary decisions, one step, then another. When you start a new game, you take something with you that the save file can't hold. Intuition, pattern recognition, the hard-won understanding of how this world works. Life gives you the same gift. Every job you've held, even the ones that drained you, taught you something about how you work. Every relationship shaped how you love and what you need. Every setback recalibrated your sense of what actually matters. None of that disappears when a chapter ends. In fact, it may be the most valuable thing you own, more than the titles, more than the achievements, more than the hours logged. A second chapter isn't a retreat. It's a different kind of progress, one that moves inward as much as forward. Here's something worth sitting with. Every game worth playing gives you another chance. Not because failure doesn't matter, but because the designers understood something true about human nature. We learn by doing. We grow by trying. We need the permission to be imperfect before we can become capable. What if life worked the same way? What if the universe, in its own quiet, unhurried way, is designed to let you try again? Not a reset, not a punishment, just a new set of conditions, a new map, a new starting point with the same player. Some of the most interesting characters in any story, real or fictional, are the ones in their second or third act. The ones who came back, who rebuilt, who surprised everyone, including themselves. Maybe the most important level isn't the first one you played. Maybe it's the one you're about to begin. Whatever brought you here tonight, maybe you needed a quiet place to think. Maybe something in your own life is shifting, and you haven't found the words for it yet. Games have always been more than entertainment. At their best, they give us space to explore things we can't always face directly, to practice, to imagine, to begin. If you're standing at the edge of a new chapter, in a game or in life, I hope this gave you a moment to breathe. New saves are scary. They're also where everything interesting begins. Take your time. You don't have to rush.